everybody. This is Tara, and I was so lucky today to get some new pens in the mail. This is what they are. I didn't get many from from this month because, scissors, because money was tight. And Friday it will no longer be tight, and I think we're gonna be okay. I'm so excited. And I kind of ordered new pajamas because I live in pajamas when I'm at home, and I don't know how many of you 3 people know me, but I don't leave the house very often. I left yesterday and it felt really good. We went out to have dinner with a bunch of people, and I don't do well with a bunch of people, but I was able to eat and conversate just a little tiny bit and smile. You know, you can get away with a lot of sins by just smiling. People talk and you just... But the mail came today, and I can't see but a bag, but I had this courtesy of Dawn. Shout out to Dawn. I love you. And let's see what I got, because I always forget. I love when people send these. California Adventure. It almost kind of makes you feel... Okay. It almost kind of makes you feel like you've been to Disneyland. And there's the big Christmas tree. And there's Max Pass. Love it. A map. A map. I love it. Now, I need to tell you something. I live in a very quiet seniors park. We have a mobile home. Yeah, but it's paid for. And it's usually quiet. It's so quiet that you never wake up in the morning. We're retired. We don't have to get up and go anywhere as a rule, except to doctor's appointments. And if I want to run out and go to the city and get some Funkos, which I'll be able to do on Friday. Yay! Oh, Funkos. I also collect Funko Pops. I just remembered this is pens. Anyways, if you all of a sudden hear this annoying noise in the background, the manager of the park is trimming down trees and some bushes, because we have 2 lakes on the property, and technically they belong to the state, and the state will come out, and it's either the state or it's our park manager, and they have to cut back trees because they say it's a hazard to people driving through the park. Our speed limit in the park is 10 miles an hour, and you can only come in one way, and you have to drive all the way around. There's 44 spaces in the park. We're in the forest, and you're supposed to come in and go this way, but so many people come in that they're looking, because we do have some spaces that are for, on the weekends, we get a lot of people. There's only 8,000 people in town, and we live out of town. We live 8 miles out of town, and that's just our small little town. But we're on Highway 101, so it gets kind of, let go. Okay. It gets kind of hectic during the summer, because people come in town to get away from the heat, because we're right on the coast. We're like a mile from the ocean. We can hear the ocean at night, sometimes during the day. I don't know if you can hear me. Just started up again, but he sounds farther away. So this is my haul for this month. I think I got 3 for the month. So I'm happy. It's better than nothing. Okay, scissors. Scissors. How'd you get over there? My scissors are pulling a disappearing and reappearing trick. Now, you're right there. Everybody knows it. Okay, now I showed you some pins yesterday, and they were from October, and there was a lot more of them. But one of them is the Charming Characters. And Truly Charming is Mickey. Oh, you know what? Let me take it out of this bag. This is Mickey as the conductor of the train. I'm trying to see what he has. There's a clock, so he's on time. And maybe a little piece of coal. That'll go right next door to the coal I have from the Titanic. So you can see the D is sparkly. I've never noticed if they're all sparkly. And Mickey is looking out the door of the train, making sure the track is clear and he can go through without smushing something and derailing the train, which would be really bad. Last 2 times we went there, the train was not running. I think because they're putting in the Star Wars world. Star Wars world. I know that's not what they call it. I hope I was loud enough. I tend to forget to turn up the now these are $15.99. That's basically a basic limited edition pen is $15.99. So, and that's on the back. Now if it's lower than that, and I think I have one here. No? Like the why is that like that? I woke up and my hair had gone crazy. If the pen, if the open pens, the cost of them, they can be anywhere from $8.99 up. And what happens is they have little colored tags. Now, you know, I'm talking to you guys like you don't know. So if there's people watching that are old pros, you're hearing stuff that you probably know, but you never know what somebody else's experiences are. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get new people up to speed and seasoned collectors, like I said, maybe you don't know something, you know, that I've picked up. Or, and this is really good, you can put in the comments below things you do know. Like if I say this is this and this, you can say, well, no, that's not right, this and this and this. That's completely fine. I am not going to say, well, this is my blah, 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 and you can't post on it, because obviously the posts are down there for you to post on. So this is Darling and Darling, and it is really cute, and it is Daisy Duck and Donald Duck, and I love it. It's a limited edition, and I'm not sure which week this month that it LE 2000. This pen may still be in the park, but I'm not sure. You can always check. You can call Disneyland and they'll tell you. If they have a limited edition that is, if they have a limited edition that is still there, like after I forget how long it is. You can call and sometimes buy it over the phone. Another trick, I won't say it's a trick, it's something, you know. You can always go to the Disney store. Sometimes they have something you can get at Disneyland, but if you're not there, obviously you can't get it. And you can order it um, through the mail. Barring that, the Disney app that goes to Walt Disney World, I don't know about the Disney app that goes to Disneyland because I really haven't used that app. I don't go often enough to like use, how, besides my daughter's usually with me and she knows how many, how long a line is. She uses her app, so I really don't need it. But if you download the Walt Disney World app, they have a sale, a place where, like a shop. You would be surprised the pens that they put on there. Now, a lot of the new pens are only sold in the stores in the park, and it will tell you that. If you happen to be in the park, you can look on the app, and it will tell you what stores have that pen, which is amazingly helpful because now I haven't been to Walt Disney World, but I can tell you just in Disneyland Resort, if you have to go from the front of the park all the way back to I think it's Frontierland where they have, I'm not positive about that. I always have to go up one street and it's not there, so I have to make a U-turn and there's there. It's right by the shooting arcade. And if you go in there, they actually have a really nice selection of pens and they're more likely to have box sets. But you sometimes have to ask. So don't be afraid to ask. That's what they're there for. They're really nice because if they're not, they get in trouble. I worked at Disney one summer and trust me, you better be nice. Oh, the phone's ringing. I'm not answering it. Don't ring. I don't even know where you are. Okay. My husband called a bunch of people today and left messages, and they're finally getting back to us, and he's gone, so there's no point. So I have one more pen. Here it is. Now, the last one I showed you was for anyways, let me finish. So if you get the Walt Disney World app, and I forget what it's called, you can look at both of them on the App Store, and you can tell, which one is Walt Disney World, Disneyland Resort, or Walt Disney World. And you download the Walt Disney World, and then you look in the shop, and you'll find a tab that is for shopping. And then you put trading pins or just pins, collectible pins, whatever you want to put in there, as long as it has pins. I usually just put pins. And then sometimes it'll have 150 different pins. Now, some of them are very old, are older special editions, but a lot of them are open editions that are quite, to me, quite desirable. I don't collect princesses, but they had a Pocahontas that is just gorgeous. It's copper and has little dangles, and I love it. It could just as easily be a special edition pin. So keep that in mind. Now, yesterday I showed you my October pin trading tales, and today I'm going to show you the November. Now, remember I told you that they were different colors on the front because it's like a little book. Well, this one's red. It's really nice that they change colors because who wants all one color? You want a rainbow when you put it. I have a board. I put these on, and I'll go through that when I show you my collection videos are going to have to be 3 or 4 of them. But I have a board that I put these on, and so you can see the range of colors, and they're also in order. So if you want to see the April one, that's no problem. You go 1, 2, 3, 4. Uh-oh, Callie Cat is looking at me. Ah, this is cool. Okay, and we have the poison apple. And we have the old hag. Snow White. I'm great with princesses, and it always says every pen tells a story, and that's really true. Now, these I always have trouble because it's backwards to me. These dangles might be here, they might be here, they might be here. I actually messaged my person that picks up my pen, and I said, I don't think that's right. I mean, it was right in the middle. And so she says, well, let me look into it. And she, I don't know if she actually went to Disneyland or just asked a bunch of people. But as it turned out, it's correct. So I don't know why they do it. I would say it's to keep the pen, the dangle out of the way. But I mean, sometimes they put it, a few times they put it right in the middle of the pen. I'm like, is that supposed to be a nose? What is that? Anyways, so that's this month's. And I always forget, which is kind of cool. I always forget. And this is the back. The backing of the pen is very cool. It's a bunch of books. I'm a book person. Stop it! Stop it! Go to bed. Go to bed. Good girl. She scratches on everything. Anyways, so it's a really cool backing. And this is, of course, the LE, has to be upside, LE 2000. So I don't think they sell this one at Walt Disney World, which is another thing. Some pens will be at Walt Disney World and Disneyland, and other pens will only be at one or the other. So if you're looking for a pen in Walt Disney World, you can try the app, or you can try and be lucky enough to get somebody who will sell you a pen at cost, plus maybe a tiny fee and shipping. So you'll pay a little more, but the way I look at it is I save thousands of dollars when I don't go to Disneyland. So I'm able to buy more pens. When I go to Disneyland, if we drive, we usually go 2 days to drive. My husband is older than I am, which he's not here right now. He's at the store. But it's hard on him to drive all this way, and I don't drive. So, you know, sometimes we get to San Francisco and we stop after San Francisco or just before, because I want to rush through San Francisco as fast as possible. I've been there many, many times, and when I'm going there as a tourist, it's okay. When I'm not, just get me through it. And not at 3 in the afternoon. I want to be like at noon or 11. Get me through it. So we stop fairly close. And then we are, you know, you go through that god awful, I hope nobody's from there, but the like the middle of the state where it's all just nothing. And then you come to Sacramento. Ugh. And after that, you're kind of okay. But sometimes we have to stop, not in Sacramento, just somewhere, you know, anywhere, as long as they got fast food and or somewhere to order, you know, they order up to the room. we discovered that and just loved it. We went on a cruise one time and it was free. The free food, and they would add $4 uh to your tab for having the guy come up, and then we'd tip the guy. My husband was stuck in their hamburgers and I was getting their club sandwiches, and if we weren't there, we were in the buffet because that's all free too. Anyways, that is my story for today. I showed you my, what did I get, 3? I showed you my 3 pens from from this month, and I'm very, very happy to have them. I'm very appreciative no matter what I get, because 3 pens that I have that I wouldn't have had. So that is all for today. I think I've told you everything I needed to tell you. That's the wrong paper. Okay, this just get wrapped in there. Go in there. there's like stuff all around my feet from things I've been working on. Okay, so that's that. Tomorrow's video, if I get around to it, it's Saturday, and while we don't, you know, it's probably gonna rain all weekend. We usually go to yard sales. I sell stuff on eBay off and on when I can get myself settled down to do it, and we go all summer to stock up on things to sell all winter. And so that's, you know, I'll probably be home and doing videos. So I don't know what I want to do. If you can put below something you want to see, if you know anything, if you want to see a certain character, if I have it, if you want to see you know, my box sets. I've got some killer box sets. Just let me know, and I will definitely pull out what I need to pull out and show and do a video. If you're new and just looking at my channel, please subscribe and hit the notification so when I do a new video, you get a little notification that, hey, I did a new video. Also, if you like the video, thumbs up. I would appreciate that. It helps us. And also put a comment so I know who you are and that you were here. So where you put your questions, your answers, whatever you want to put there. So this video's over. I really, really, really appreciate that you watched it. And I will see you hopefully tomorrow. Everybody have a good weekend.